YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review for VH1's Family Reunion Love and Hip Hop Edition, you guys. This is season 2, episode 9, you guys, and the episode was a long title, so I didn't catch the title of the episode. But without further ado, actually, you guys, before we go ahead and get into this review, if you guys are watching this or any other video on the channel, and you guys are not subscribed to the channel, I'm gonna need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. Do me that favor by liking the video, you guys, turn on your notifications, subscribing to my channel, and sharing the video. And you guys, with that out of the way, without further ado, let's discuss the family reunion. All right, you guys, so we pick up where we left. We pick up where last week's episode ended, and you guys remember that was with Stevie J's, pool party that he was having, right? And you guys remember that Erica got on the mic. She gave that old tired ass little freestyle that she gave about Safari, right? So this episode, it opens up, Erica is still doing the most. I'm just like, girl, what are you doing? But Safari said she's drunk, and then she said she was drunk. I was like, oh, okay. Eric and Safari, they managed to just suck the fun out of shit, because this storyline, like a lot of us keep saying, I think everybody has said this at this point now, right? That this storyline is bullshit. Eric and Safari are still very much in a relationship with each other. They're very much still at home in Atlanta. So they're just playing this up for the cameras. And honestly, you guys, it's annoying. And I'm tired of it, right? So then we see Paris. So Paris is talking to Erica and telling Erica, like, Erica, you're picking at that man. And she says, so I don't care. I'm like, okay, can we move on? And we do. So, tonight's event is Zelle. So Zelle's going to be putting on this fashion show where it's shine bright like a diamond, right? So everyone shows up to the fashion show dressed to the nines, right? Everyone looks okay. They look nice, right? I ain't gonna hate. They look nice, right? So we see Amina. She's walking down. She got this dress with this long ass train, right? And we see Cisco behind her holding her train. Peter Guns don't like that, and I'm like, it's a train, so you want her. What if they ran into each other in the hallway and she said, can you hold my train? It's a train, Peter. It ain't like Cisco is lifting her train trying to get up under her dress. It's literally just the train. I just didn't understand that, but hey, Peter had an issue with that. I was like, okay, we just gonna play along with this for right now, I guess. I don't know. It was just whatever, right? So where we at? So Zelle has them walk down the runway showing off their clothes. Then he has them all get up, and tell how they got to where they are now, like this diamond that they are. Mimi and Stevie got up and said something. Who else said something? Bobby said something. The Creep Squad got up and said something. And then Safari decided that he wants to take the mic, right? So y'all know right now that I'm going through this issue with my wife, right? Yeah, you can turn your back to me and you don't have to look at me, but I know you hear me. I was like, oh God, here we go with this bullshit. And it was bullshit, you guys. So I'm not signing those divorce papers. And everybody just starts cheering. I'm like, they were never signing divorce papers. So what are we cheering for? Those two are never going to sign divorce papers. Let's be real and let's be honest with each other. Those two were never going to sign divorce papers. They are not getting a divorce. Like I said, those two are in the same house. Bitch, they slept in the same fucking room with each other. Like, let's stop playing a fucking game with each other. Like, I am over Erica and Safari. Very much so over those two. They can, oh God. Insufferable is what I can say about those two, especially with their storyline. It's just insufferable. That is one of the reasons that I could not continue to review Love and Hip Hop. And I said that earlier in this season. That is one of the reasons that I could not continue with Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season 10. It was literally Eric and Safari. I just couldn't deal with the bullshit that those two were spewing out, about their marriage, because you can see right through the shit that you guys are just doing this to have a storyline, and it's tired at this point. It's very tired, but hey, let's move on, you guys. All right, you guys, so the next day we see that Joel Santana, him and them teeth, they have rented a bed for the guys. So the guys that are going on a bed is going to be Marcus, is going to be Marcus, Joel, Zelle, and Bobby. Not Bobby, but it's Marcus. It's Marcus, Joel, and it's who else is it? Zelle and Safari. That's who it was, right? So these guys, so Joel thinks that he can get the guys together and they can basically impart some advice on to Safari. I was like, what? You think that you, Marcus, and Zelle can impart some advice onto Safari? What the fuck kind of advice are you guys gonna give? Zelle is not in a relationship. Zelle keeps running around talking about how he wants a wife. So Zelle doesn't have a wife. So how can Zelle give advice? You were with Kimbella for X amount of years before you said, hey, I want to marry you. And what solidified you marrying Kimbella was you going to prison. Because you married Kimbella before you went to prison. But okay, and Marcus and Brooke, they played in our faces on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood for years. And Brooke says that Marcus cheated on her when she was pregnant with their daughter. So, what the fuck kind of advice are you niggas giving to Safari, right? A clown. What the fuck kind of advice are y'all giving to him? I just would love to know that, right? So and then we move over, we see Brooke. So Brooke is talking to Erica. And she's asking Erica, did you guys have any common conversations last night after Safari professed his love to you, right? Erica says, no. I say bullshit. You two slept in the same room together. You two talked. You two had some kind of conversation. Girls, miss me with the bullshit, right? So then we move back over to this damn boat with Zelle, with Joel's, and with Marcus giving Safari advice. Even a rocket scientist, no, let's just take that back. Child, even a world's dumbest person could give Safari this advice. This is shit that Safari already fucking knew. Like Safari's, like I keep saying, they playing in our fucking faces, right? They're playing in our faces. So Safari's whole thing is, people ask you to tell them the truth, but then you tell them the truth and they can't really handle it, so you just lie to them. No. Like, you do realize, like, when you tell one lie, you got to tell another lie to cover that lie up. So why not just be open and honest and say, hey, I did this, I did that. Yes, it's gonna hurt, but it's gonna hurt more if you continuously lie. And then the truth eventually comes out. It's just easier just to throw the truth out there, let the chips fall where they may, and see if you can mend and repair shit, instead of just piling lie on top of lie on top of lie on top of lie on top of lie. That's the best thing to do, but I guess he doesn't see it that way. I don't know. Then Marcus tells him it isn't really the fact that you quote unquote lie. Well, not even quote unquote, flat out lie. It's not the fact that you lied, right? What the situation is you don't take accountability for the shit that you do. Oh my God. That is so, it's the way Safari acts, you would think that that's something philosophical that he never heard. That's just something that's so unheard of, something that's just so brand new, something that's just being brought to the forefront. Nigga, you've been knowing that you don't take accountability. You didn't take accountability with these flowers, right? You kept saying you didn't send the girl the flowers. You didn't send the girl the flowers. I didn't send her the flowers. I didn't send her the flowers. But then in the gym with Peter and with Marcus, you owned up to the shit that you sent the flowers. That's the bullshit that they're talking about. You take no accountability for your part in things. Now, granted, like I said, I still think that, some of this shit is bullshit with Eric and Safari, but you don't take accountability. And you could have said in that moment, even then, that, hey, you and I, we are going through a divorce. I am, at this point, a single man, so I can do what it is that I want to do, and I don't have any repercussions for doing what I want to do. But this was before we got out here and we tried to figure out what's going on with our marriage. Again, bullshit, right? Exactly. Let's move on. All right, you guys. So now we see them, and they are going to be playing a basketball tournament, something similar to what they do out there in Harlem, right? Actually, that's like that Streets NBA, like that game that came out back in the two. I don't even know if they still make that game. Streets NBA. Used to play that game all the time, right? And I could have the name mixed up, but hey, it was a 2000s game where you would literally play basketball on a actual a court, not like a like what you have with the NBA games and the Madden stuff. It was literally just a street game, right? But hey, so the team captains are Jewels and Tara, right? They picked their team, and Jewels, he was the first one to pick, right? He picked Booby. I'm like, well, whoever picks Booby, they kind of have an advantage to win. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to win. They just have an advantage because they have an NBA player, right? They have someone who I didn't know he went to I didn't know he went to Texas, but I guess I should, huh? Because he is from Texas. I mean, he talks so slow. We don't talk. I mean, I know I don't talk like that, and my friends and family don't. Even my people in Houston don't talk like that. What part of Houston is Booby from? It's just what I want to know. What part is he from? So, suffice it to say, the team that Booby was on, I think it was the white team, they won the game. Moving on. So, after that, Jewels tells them like, hey, we got this, we got food, we got drinks, we got this, we got that. Have fun, right? Then he gives a shout out to Erica and Safari. So at this point, today is Erica and Safari's second anniversary. 2 years, and y'all already selling out your marriage. Two attention whores. I mean, I would hate to be a fly in that house. The narcissism, I mean, they're both egocentric. They're both egotistical. They just have huge egos, right? And I just couldn't imagine what their marriage is like. Don't really care, but I just know that they're selling it out for this goddamn show, right? So then we get the Creep Squad. We got Peter, we got Rubbin' Pennies, and we got Cisco, and we got Stevie J. Honorary member of the Creep Squad, right? So they talking, right? So Peter wants to address this situation with Cisco. Now, the one situation I definitely understood why he was upset, right? He was upset with Peter, not Peter. Peter was upset with Cisco because you guys remember earlier in the season when Cisco was outside of his room and Amina was working out and he was dancing, right? He was upset about that, and I get it, right? Disrespectful, right? And Cisco himself had to say, I was just doing that basically just to try to get under your skin, right? So then Peter also mentions the fact that, last night at Zelle's fashion show, you came out and you were holding Amina's train. And I'm just still sitting here thinking to myself, like, what's the big fucking deal, bitch? A train? You're upset because the man held her train. So would you be upset if Rubbin' Pennies had held her train? Like, it's a train. It ain't like he was trying to run a train on her. He was literally holding the train of her dress. Like, what the fuck? The dress was long. The dress was ugly. But the dress was long. And it had a train. So you just wanted it to drag in the wind? Cisco says he was just being a gentleman, right? Do I believe that? Do I believe that? Do I believe it? I was about to say 50% of me believes it, but 20% of me believes it. The other 80% of me think he might have been doing that to get at Rich, but I mean, not Rich, but Peter. I'm gonna say 20% of me believes it. Child, not even 20% of me believes it. 5% of me believes it, right? The other 90. Do I want to say 95? Yeah, I'm gonna go stick with that. 5% of me believes he's telling the truth. The other 95% of me believes it was bullshit. I think. I don't know. well, yeah, let me know what y'all think, right? So then Peter tells Cisco, "Go get your own wife." I was like, "Oh God, here we go with this bullshit," because Cisco's finna whine and cry about him not having his wife, and even Stevie said he just lost his wife. Really, he just lost his wife. I mean, and the way he said it, you would think that the woman is no longer with us. She's unlived. You would think that, right? Um, but he's divorced, right? When the fuck did he get married? And how the fuck long was he married? Alright, I really don't care. But Cisco tells him to stop that shit. Cisco gets up, him and Rich, they walk away. So then, I did forget to mention that, at one point, Mimi pulled the ladies aside. So, like I said, this is Erica and Safari's wedding anniversary, right? So they want to do something extra special for Erica to let Erica know that she is loved. If her husband doesn't do it, they'll do it, right? So they want to get her some, probably some chocolate covered strawberries, some flowers, a teddy bear, anything, right? Okay. I don't really give a fuck, right? So we see the ladies and Bobby, they're out by the pool, right? So Mimi calls Erica. Erica, I need to talk. Can you come down to the pool? So Erica comes down, right? They celebrate her. She's like, y'all doing this for me, and my own husband ain't done nothing for me. I'm over them. Thank the Lord, next week is the season finale. Although I've really enjoyed this season, I really truly have. This season has been pretty fun for me, right? But Eric and Safari, I need a break from those two. So while they're down there, who comes down but Safari? Safari comes down apologizing, saying to Erica he wants to be better for him, her, the family, the whole nine, right? And he wants to work on not shutting down. I don't give a flying about that, right? Then we move over to Stevie, and Stevie tells Peter that Cisco told Shekinah that he had sex with Amina, right? Why do y'all? I mean, they showed the back conversation of Shekinah telling that to they showed the conversation of Shekinah and Stevie having, right? But they didn't show us him. What they didn't show us was the conversation that Cisco allegedly had with Shekinah. It is what it is. So Peter asked Cisco, did he do it? He says no. He never told Shekinah that, and that he did kiss Amina. And that's pretty much the episode, you guys. Like I said, next week is the season finale. And we'll see how it plays out, you guys. But that's it. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Please subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications. Subscribe to the channel. Turn your notifications on. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Leave your comments. Share the video. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all of that. And with that out of the way, you guys, stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Remember to wash your hands. Wear a mask, you guys. Socially distance. Be blessed. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.